Hey everyone, welcome back to my series PMO Navigator, a free video library on latest trends and challenges faced by PMOs of today. In my previous video, I talked about the impact of lack of governance in the context of agility on PMO failures. Today, we will look at how the lack of stakeholder management could negatively impact and sometimes is a reason for the demise of the PMO in the organization. In any organization, PMOs usually have multiple stakeholders, including but not limited to senior execs, middle management, technical team, project and program managers, to name a few. If there is an ambiguity or lack of clarity in PMO scope or its role and position in the overall organization, PMO will face severe difficulty in defining its customers and stakeholders. The lack of clear scope and objectives of the PMO leads to the wrong perception about what the PMO is all about and the value it is intended to produce for the organization. It generates negative attitude, lack of buy-in, and even feeling of resentment among the stakeholders. It is therefore critical to set the right expectation about what the PMO can deliver from the beginning. This includes quantifiable set of benefits, timelines, area of impact, and non-tangible benefit to be realized. The expectation should also be set regarding the type of the PMO and its position in the organizational hierarchy. Without clearly defined and published objectives, PMO may be perceived as governance policemen focused only on red tape and bureaucracy. Most of the PMO make the mistake of getting into defining processes and policies right from day one without any consultation with their stakeholders. Due to the lack of stakeholders' engagement, the processes developed become more of a liability to follow. This automatically generates resentment against the PMO. A PMO performing functions that do not align with the expectations of the stakeholder would be perceived as an administrative entity and a management overhead. A PMO in this situation would find itself struggling to define its role and value it can bring to the organization, putting its longevity and continuance at risk. To overcome these challenges, the PMO must conduct stakeholder analysis as the first step. Performing thorough need analysis of stakeholders would help align stakeholders' expectation with the objectives of the PMO. One way of stakeholder analysis is power interest grid analysis, a simple yet powerful tool. The way it works is, you identify key strategic stakeholders, then prioritize stakeholders based on their influence and interest in the project. After that, you plot each stakeholder on power interest grid. And finally, choose appropriate management strategy to get the required focus from your stakeholders. As a PMO leader, your aim is to ensure that stakeholders in high power, high interest and high power, low interest groups are kept fully engaged and motivated to support the PMO. For other two groups, keep monitoring for changes and opportunities to increase their interest in the project. Power interest or influence interest grid analysis is a simple but very effective in developing stakeholder management strategies. So here you go, folks. In my next video, I will discuss how a strategically aligned PMO could support an organization and in turn avoid failures. So stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe, like and share. And in case of any question, feel free to comment or send an email to the address provided in the description below. Until next time, adios.